welcome back to another Saturday episode of the Cookout. This is what, episode 20?
I think so. What it do?
What's going on? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. I did a lot of cooking. I did a lot of eating. I did a lot of napping.
Word. Did you have any special dishes you want to talk about?
I made a red velvet cake from scratch, and I've unlocked a new level of power. No one is more powerful than I. I am the greatest, and that's period. Ooh, that's it. Just
that's a bold statement to make on the Thanksgiving.
I didn't even know I was capable, and look what happened.
Word, that's what's up. Well, hey, listen, I don't know. It's no way that you can back that claim up on the internet.
What you mean?
I take your word for it.
You got who's gonna say I'm not powerful? Who's willing?
I mean, you said you were the best
on Earth.
GOAT status.
I mean, I didn't say I'm the best baker. I just said I'm the best. It's like what I'm the best of. That's between me and myself. Don't worry.
Oh man. All right. Okay.
That was your Thanksgiving.
My Thanksgiving was wonderful. Wonderful. Very small gathering. No, we didn't have. It was just a household. Just
nice.
Me, my parents, but we did get to see everybody throughout the weekend. Well, between Thursday and Friday, so that was good.
Nice.
Any Black Friday shoppers?
Oh, I had to go to Target today for some printer ink. Man, and people were out there. I was like, oh my goodness, let me get on out of here. It was crazy. It's the only thing I left the house for. I wasn't feeling that. I did a little bit of like online shopping, but my concern was, making sure I was handling all of your orders for 1993 Bath and Beauty. Check the socials.
Hey, okay. So are there still Black Friday sales?
There's still, today is Small Business Saturday, and we're running all the way through Cyber Monday. Use the promo code THANKS93, for a very nice, Thanksgiving holiday deal. All right, got some new products up there. Go check it out.
Where I just dropped a link in the chat, and you said the promo code was what?
THANKS93.
93. Okay. There it is. Promo codes in the chat. Go ahead. Get some 1993 products using that promo code.
Appreciate
definitely. Y'all. Yeah. Just definitely going to appreciate that. So, hey, let's get into this discussion. Actually, before we get into it, man, since it's Thanksgiving, we got to know what everybody's favorite Thanksgiving dish is. Drop that in the comment section, man. We want to know what your favorite dish is.
What's my favorite? My favorite dish has to be collard greens. I could eat
collard greens. That's an interesting pick.
I love greens. I can eat them by the bowl. I don't need anything else. All of the food is good, but the greens, like, I'm ready for it. I have to ask my mom to make them with smoked turkey, even though she likes to make them with pork. I just say, please, Mom, every year, can you make it with turkey, please? And every year she does it just for me. And yeah.
So I guess we can ask dish and then favorite dessert. Oh, we got a sweet potato pie. See, that's why I was like, oh, we probably need to separate this, because I would say favorite dish and then favorite dessert for Thanksgiving, because I would definitely say sweet potato pie.
I didn't get any this year. First, I love all pies.
But you said you made velvet. Is that not? Are you not counting that as a?
This is my first time making it. It can't. Oh, it's the best I've ever made, but it's not my favorite.
You just contradicted yourself in 4 minutes.
No, I said I made a red velvet cake from scratch for the first time, and I've unlocked a new level of power. My cake was delicious, and my mother said it tastes just like it came from a famous bakery. So shout out, I'm not going to name the bakery because y'all don't need to spend your money with them. You need to spend it with me. Holla at me, okay? But my favorite Thanksgiving dessert is probably my grandmother's apple pie, but I believe that all pies matter, and I like pumpkin pie, and I'm not ashamed of it.
All pies matter. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I would say, so my favorite dish is definitely mac and cheese, and then dessert is going to definitely be sweet potato pie. Sweet potato pie. Without hesitation. No pump fake.
Screaming. Was it on air that we had the discussion of like one has to go, and it was sweet potato pie, pound cake, peach cobbler, and banana pudding. Was that on air or off air?
Oh yeah. I don't know if that was on air or not, but I remember my pick was pound cake out of those four.
Yeah.
That was easy. No, that was. I don't know if that was the four though. I don't remember
I feel
pound cake
like
being in
pound
that.
cake
I think there
was
was
up
another one.
there. I know definitely maybe sweet potato pie wasn't a part of it. Yes, it was. Sweet potato pie was up there. Banana pudding was definitely up there. The other two, I think it was pound cake. It's the iffy one is peach cobbler. I don't know. I feel like that was them.
Could have been. I don't know. I can't recall off top, but that does sound. I remember that. I don't know if we had that discussion on air or not. That might have been in Discord.
It was in the Discord, and
I think we
somebody
did
said
that in
sweet potato
Discord.
pie could go, and people were
Yeah,
upset.
people. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You know who probably said it?
Who?
Him.
Nah, it wasn't him. He didn't say that. I know he wouldn't have said if sweet potato.
He would have said
unless one of the options was cheesecake. The only way he would have said, the only way he would have picked sweet potato pie is if one of the options was cheesecake.
Cheesecake might have been up there, but I feel like he did it to cause havoc, not because that's what he wanted. Like that was his.
It's a mix of both, but yeah, it's a mix of both. It's a mix of both. Cannot recall. So, anyway, you ready to get into this first topic because we close to 10 minutes into the show. We haven't got into the show yet.
Let's do it.
So Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Netflix, was it this week or last week? Recently, I'll say recently, they put the Netflix got the rights to the Chappelle Show.
It's been up for at least 3 weeks, but it wasn't like Netflix wasn't promoting it heavy. And I remember trying to watch it, and all of the episodes were like out of order, and I didn't understand what was going on. And the only way to find it was to search for it. It never popped up on my thing, and I didn't understand at the time why it was like this, like what's going on.
Yeah, I noticed it. I noticed that it was on there. I want to say last week or the week before last, while I was browsing, and it wasn't one of their featured shows. Like when you open up the app and it's like they got their headline of shows that they are promoting. It wasn't in that, but it was. Mm-hmm. I think it popped up in my recommended watches, but I didn't click on it. And then I saw this week that in a video, Dave Chappelle was doing a stand-up set and was asking his fans not to watch the Chappelle Show on Netflix because he was not receiving any royalties or any payment for the show, and they were trying to figure out why that was. His agent seemed to not know what was going on, and seemed to be a mess. So he asked his fans to basically boycott the show on Netflix, and I saw, was it yesterday or day before, they pulled it.
Netflix pulled it, but it's still on HBO Max. As soon as he said don't watch it, I was like, say less. You don't have to tell me twice. I do know that HBO Max has a deal with Comedy Central. There's like a whole Comedy Central channel on HBO Max. So I believe that's why the Chappelle Show is streaming there. But I mean, if he said not to watch it, I'm not going to watch it. There's a whole bunch of other Dave Chappelle content I could watch. So
yeah. I mean, it was just a segment of that, and he was like, I'm not receiving any royalties or payment from Netflix for the show being up there. He didn't mention HBO. He may have, but in that 1 to 2 minute segment that I saw, he didn't say anything about HBO.
Oh, so you didn't see it? It's a full 18. I want to say it's like 18-minute clip. I know it's on his Instagram, and I want to say you can find it on Netflix YouTube account. But it's a full 18-minute video. He was doing a comedy show, but Dave Chappelle has a way of turning those into conversations. So although there was some funny parts of it, it was more like a conversation with him and the audience. And he actually talked about how he presented the Chappelle tried this HBO, and HBO said to him back then, "What do we need you for?" And back when he was still trying to do right, and he was like super offended. And now that same HBO who said that to him then is streaming his show, and he's not getting paid for it. So his question to HBO is, "What do you need me for?" So
wow,
yeah,
I didn't know that. So
I didn't know that too. And he did a comedy, a stand-up special with HBO a long time ago, Killing Them Softly, that he filmed in DC. That's like probably my favorite Dave Chappelle stand-up. Like I watch it at least once every 2 weeks. I know all the words. It's embarrassing, but I'm sad to hear that that's what his relationship with HBO was like. So they need to make that right. And Comedy Central, they need to come up with some money at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, not at some point, like ASAP, immediately, everybody. Yeah, that's crazy that in 2020 you still got these issues with the studios not paying the royalties to the content creators that are on their sites, like, and especially a name like Dave Chappelle. Like, why do you even think that you're going to be able to get away with it with someone like him, with the platform that he has and the following that he has? There's no way. Like, none of that makes sense to me.
Yeah, the only thing that I could think of is that the people who made this decision weren't the people who made that previous decision. And so they need to speak to Dave and find out what's going on. Like, yes, his contract with Comedy Central was jacked up, as a lot of contracts are, but now it's time for them to make it right.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, if you're watching, or if you have watched or were planning to watch the Chappelle Show on either HBO or Netflix, please do not.
Also, he's not making money off of the YouTube videos that Comedy Central started posting clips from the show on YouTube. The Comedy Central ones, he's not making any money from. Well, he doesn't have the rights to any of them, any clips on any website. So basically, boycott the Chappelle Show everywhere until Dave Chappelle says it's cool.
Yeah, so that's wild. So I guess he doesn't have rights to the show at all. So that's crazy. That's crazy.
Very much.
Man, hey Trinity, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you for hanging in for a few with us.
Appreciate you.
Where are we? We're gonna move in. Are you Attack on Titan?
Yes.
Next thing that we had on our topic.
Yes.
Let's talk about, if you who first of all, who's seen in all 3 seasons of Attack on Titan? I stopped at season 2. So
okay, why? What happened that you were just like, nah, I'm out?
I think just other stuff. Just started streaming and it got pushed out, because that was years ago. I forgot. I remember I watched season 1 while I was in college. And I watched season 1. Season 2 premiered. I watched, I want to say, a couple episodes, but I think that there were other shows on, and it just got pushed out because it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah,
I don't know why.
On Netflix?
I was watching it on Netflix when it finally made its way to Netflix, because it had been out for a while, and then actually Heen was the one that was recommending me to watch the show because it was crazy, and I did watch it, and it was absolutely insane. That first season, definitely enjoyed it, but I don't know. I want to say I don't know. It was just a lot of stuff. This was when, like, lost in the shuffle. It's not that I didn't enjoy the show. It's just I just got kind of lost in the shuffle of streaming shows that I was watching right now. And I think Game of Thrones kind of sort of distracted me from it as well, because that was at the height of, I started watching it at the height of the Game of Thrones stuff.
So as of from what I can tell, Netflix only has season 1 right now, but Hulu has seasons.
Yeah, I had definitely started watching season 2 on the internet.
Screaming. Hulu Hulu has seasons 1 through 3, and Hulu has the subbed and the dubbed version. For anyone who's not interested in reading subtitles, I personally like to watch the subbed version because I watched Attack on Titan season 1 so much when it first came out that when it finally came out, like I saw it on TV one night and they were playing the dubbed version. I was like, those aren't the words. That's not what I read. I don't know what this. Nah. So from that point on, like it doesn't matter what the show is. I don't trust dubbed versions for any show because they were getting the words wrong. The translation was not what I remember reading. It wasn't like completely off, but it just wasn't word for word, which I did not like.
Yeah, I usually prefer the sub versions. I think the only show I didn't watch or at least enjoy the sub version was Dragon Ball Z, because I just got accustomed to the voices of the American actors, and that was the only reason. Naruto, I liked the sub version. I started out watching the dubbed, and then I started watching the sub version after the dubbed episodes like ran out, and I was like, yo, I like the sub version better. But usually when I watch anime, I watch the subtitles because I like give me the original format.
You know what's the worst?
I can read for a reason. I know how to read.
The worst dubbed version has to be One Punch Man. Have you ever watched it?
Nope. I never saw. I have watched One Punch Man, but I never watched the dubbed version of it.
Oh, it's bad. If it's on TV, just turn it off. I saw it in the middle of the night one night on Cartoon Network, and I was like, "What is this?" I was mad again because One Punch Man only has 2 seasons, and I remember it was taking forever for season 1 to come out, and so season 2. So I had been rewatching season 1 of that also, and I was watching it, but then I was so hyped. I was like, "Yo, what's coming on? Let me make sure I watch it," and it was dubbed, and I was upset. It sounded whack. Like the voice actors for anime just have a little extra oomph of aggression, and like even the simplest sentences just sound better. That's the best way I could put it. And the dub version was the voice actors they chose were mad corny. Maybe it's the voice actors they chose. I don't know, but
it's probably just a mix of both. Probably a mix of both.
So, Coop Daddy Yoda.
Hey, Coop Daddy Yoda.
What it do?
Mr. Loaf. So Mr. Loaf is on season 3.
I think I want to rewatch all 3 seasons, especially
I don't know what that was.
I don't know if I remember everything because it's been a while. So I personally want to do a refresher, but they're like 30-minute episodes, so that's nothing.
Of Attack on Titan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The episode length are short, but like, man, that first episode is probably like one of the best pilot episodes ever.
Because one more minding that business, and the next thing you know, it's giant people.
It's just straight up, it gets into it immediately. Just straight chaos. Like it sets the tone. It's like, yo, if you don't like this pilot, you're not gonna like this show, which I appreciate because it does set the tone quite well for the show.
Attack on Titan was my first introduction to like violent anime. Like I wasn't big on. Yeah, I wasn't a big like Dragon Ball Z fan. I would say. Like I watched Pokemon, but I wouldn't call that violent. So yeah, Attack on Titan was like my first one, and I was like, "Yo, what is this? Like, this is crazy."
Nah, see, a cousin Donovan used to get anime from like Blockbuster, and like he used to like rent it, and like that was some of the most violent like anime. I don't know what it was, but it was very violent. Which was shocking because I was used to like, Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, and it's like, but the amount of blood and gore in the other anime film, I was like, yo, this is intense. It's like, what is this? This is like a straight up like R-rated film.
Basically, I actually think I don't know. I have a new love for anime now. I was having a convo with some people earlier, and there's just so much out there that. I don't know. I need to get up on some other shows. I still refuse to watch Naruto because there's too much. I'm just not dealing with it. It's just there's 3,000 episodes. I can't.
Yo, you really watch that kid grow up. and that's the best part of Naruto to
See,
me.
you were there.
Like you're literally watching him grow up and mature. It's kind of like it's kind of like Ahsoka, but longer format because Ahsoka is like when we meet her like 13, 14 years old, and then we watch her mature throughout the Clone Wars, and like you just end up growing with the character. Like I appreciate that.
We watched her grow
Uh,
so much. We ended up seeing her in live action.
who?
Ahsoka.
Oh yeah. The way she's transitioned over time, like she entered the franchise hated by everybody, and is like now one of the most beloved characters in the entire Star Wars franchise.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah,
Side note, she looked exactly the same.
yeah. It was a great. Rosario Dawson did a wonderful job,
Yeah.
and people have been nitpicking the Montrails, the headdress that she has, because it's
Yes.
not in Rebels. It's like down to her waist pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that they had to shorten them for practicality because like it was getting in the way of the combat sequences. I'm like, that makes sense, but I noticed that they were shorter, but it was like, all right, I'm pretty sure that they shortened them for a reason. But I just noticed that today that was like really that was trending on the internet.
I never finished the Clone Wars. Can she take that off, or is that a part of her body?
It's part of her body.
Okay. So then why was JBM so upset about the creases yesterday?
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe he thought it was. I didn't think to ask if he thought it was a part of her body or not. I just assumed that everybody knew that was
okay.
That was a part of her.
I
Yeah,
figured
but maybe he didn't. Maybe
The-
he didn't know that.
Okay, we gotta ask him. Sorry for the sidetrack. So Attack on Titan is supposed to start on December 7th.
11.
But it's supposed to drop on the 11th on Netflix.
Okay.
That's the rumor, and I don't know how I feel about that rumor because Netflix doesn't even have seasons 2 and 3. So when are seasons 2 and 3 coming? Like, there's no like word of it. Are they just gonna drop it like a thief?
They probably just drop all at the same time.
And then there's no date for Crunchyroll at all. Which is
Crunchyroll doesn't need to. They don't need dates. Crunchyroll's like, bro, we are the big bad streaming service. We were here before everybody.
I'm not saying Crunchyroll needs dates. I'm saying Imani needs a date so she knows when she can watch the show. And if Crunchyroll is going to have it first, I would like to know and be prepared. I don't want to find out on the internet 3 days later, and I'm the only person who hasn't seen it.
That's fair. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the 7th, if the 7th is rumored, then I would imagine that Crunchyroll might have it on the 7th.
Cool.
I would imagine that.
So y'all can look out for that. We might have a little show about each episode for the final season of Attack on Titan.
Yep. Cool. So Trinity prefers. So yeah, let's. Who prefers subtitles or dub? Is that drop that in the comment section. Like if you watch anime, do you prefer watching the dubbed version or the sub version?
Subs all day. I even have the subtitles on Netflix now. Like on all of my streaming platforms, all my apps, there's always subtitles on. It's almost like I can't hear without them. Like, what did they say?
You can't hear.
Listen, it makes perfect sense to me. Okay, don't try to explain it. Just know when you're used to having the subtitles on and then all of a sudden they're off, you don't know what anybody says for like a good 20 minutes. Okay, it's different.
Okay.
Also,
I'll take your word for it.
I've been watching a lot of foreign films, and so I don't know. I'm just used to it now. Like, it doesn't bother me.
Makes sense. I can believe you. I can't say I subscribe to that because I mean what? So I have subtitles on. I think I don't know what streaming service I turned them on. Might have been HBO Max. Yeah, it had to be I think it's HBO Max. Or no, it's Disney Plus.
Real quick, I have a supporter. I'm not alone in this. Okay, Second Street Marvel. You know the vibes. Clearly, something happens when you're used to watching subtitles and then they're gone. When you're used to reading them and then all of a sudden they disappear. The ears don't work. There's a connection there.
I didn't say you were wrong. I can't say that I've had that experience.
You know what? It's not fun, and I don't want you to have it. So keep them subtitles on so that you don't have to experience this. Mr. Loaf says dub.
He does dub.
Yeah.
He's listen, he's young. He'll when he grows up, he'll understand.
How old is Mr. Loaf?
I'm not putting that on the internet. Just know
About him
he's
like
young.
12.
He's young. He's young. Okay. He's not hit that level of maturity yet.
Mr. Loaf, he said you need to grow up, start reading.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying his levels to maturity. He hadn't hit that level yet. That's all I'm saying.
He said you need to grow up, boo. That's exactly what he said. I heard it.
That's all I'm gonna say. Teasing. So yeah, man. I don't know. What was your first anime? Since we're on that topic, before we
First,
segue.
probably Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. Mine was wow, I just blanked on it. Gundam Wing.
I've heard of that before, but I've never seen it.
You never seen Gundam Wing?
I don't think so.
Gundam Wing is amazing. It was on Toonami. That was the first I think that was the first anime I watched. I'm pretty sure I watched that before I started watching Dragon Ball Z. But I started watching both of those at the same time, and then that's what kind of got me into anime. Then I watched
Is Gundam Wing Transformers, basically?
Nah, so like Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, they're basically what are they like? So you've got human pilots that pilot these big mechanized suits, and they fight, and they're like the size of like skyscrapers. And it's kind of like Star Wars. Like you've got like this empire, and then you got the small rebellion. Like the colonies are rebelling against the Earth Empire. And they got these like laser swords that they use. Like the creator said it was inspired by Star Wars, but that's not why I watched it. But after watching it and then finding that out, I was like, okay, I see the connections, I see the tie-ins and the influence of it. Which is funny.
The movie that came out recently and it had a part 2. It was starring Idris Elba.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that.
Except they weren't fighting each other; they were fighting monsters.
They weren't fighting. Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, Gundam Wing, they don't fight monsters. They're like, it's human race. Like humanity has advanced their spacefaring. They've colonized like the solar system, and these colonies are basically oppressed by the Earth government and regime. And there's like these rebel cells across the solar system that have these mobile suits and are combating the Earth.
Gotcha.
Earth's empire. Yeah, that was the first one I watched. And then Cowboy Bebop.
I would say after that,
I want to say that was
Pokemon. But
is Pokemon anime? Oh yeah, Pokemon is anime. Pokemon is anime.
It counts.
That is technically anime. Well, is that? Yeah, that is anime. That's Japanese. I've never seen that sub.
I've only ever seen it dubbed.
Yeah,
that might be the one where, like, if it was subbed all of a sudden, I would be like, "What is this?" Because I've only
ever no idea. Yeah, I have no idea if it is subbed. I have no idea what Ash actually sounds like.
Let's see.
Is Digimon?
Oh, I used to watch that a little bit.
Also, is that American cartoon? I'm not sure. Yeah, like Cowboy Bebop though was different because I was like, the cinematography in Cowboy Bebop for me made me realize that in Japan, like, this is like a serious like
thing,
art form. Like it's not a cartoon quote unquote. Like this is something that they really invest a lot of uh, time and money in. It's valued like it's on the same um, par as like live action over there in Japan.
Um, Pokemon's original language was Japanese, but they were produced in English at the same time
Gotcha.
for the most part. And I want to expand my anime watching. There's actually, I think we had some conversations about this on the Discord, but there's other types of anime that are more like just about the art. So there's like cooking anime where it's animated cooking basically. Or
Yeah.
there's a show, I was having a conversation with some friends earlier. They were talking about a program called Yuri on Ice. It's an anime about an ice skater, and like everyone who's watched it told me it's amazing. Like it's very in depth. The art, like it's like you're watching animated TV. I know that sounds crazy, but just I've never seen anime like that before. There's also some about different sports. Like there's a volleyball one. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but I want to start watching stuff like that and like enjoy the art more. Like Attack on Titan, although the art is dope, I haven't been watching it for the art. I'm watching it for the storyline. I want to learn to appreciate anime for the art form that it is.
Yeah, so Cowboy Bebop was the anime for me that made me realize that like this is a true form art because there are some stills and some shots and like the camera work in that is like some of the most amazing stuff I've seen. Akira is another one um, where like I've seen like the behind the scenes documentary for the making of Akira and like the paneling and the stills and how they were um, illustrating each of those panels for the shots, and I'm like, yo, this is insane. That's what made me realize like illustration, like you're a different type of person if you're an illustrator because like the speed with which they are able to execute and to render is like I've never seen anything like that in my life. Complete beast mode. Like it's
I don't even think I would want to do that. That just sounds like so much.
no, like I mean, and I thought that the comic book like illustrators and panelers were like insane. Like the people, but the artists who do anime, that's like the supreme. Like that's why they're so beloved in Japan. Like those artists, because it's like they're full on celebrities. Because if you can panel at that rate for like frame by frame these sequences in anime, and especially like with the series, kind of like your Akiras and then the Cowboy Bebops and like the ones that are like highly acclaimed, and the amount of detail that they put into each of these renderings and panels is like, yo, that's you can't do anything but like give them respect and props because that's just it's remarkable.
Facts. I mean,
It's remarkable.
the Japanese are notorious for having an outer worldly work ethic. So I could only imagine what it's like applied to art.
Yeah, like if you see a lot of those documentaries are on YouTube, man. Like if you go and look at just the behind the scenes work of the illustrators making anime, it's like, yo, these people are crazy. Especially from like back in the day before it was digital, and like they were doing everything by hand. And I'm like, yo, the way that they can render how quickly they render the characters and the scenes, like not using any tools or like I mean they're just freehand in like buildings, skyscrapers, like all types of like just the whole scene. It's like it's incredible.
Madness.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so we got Attack on Titan to look forward to between December 7th and 11th,
Yes.
coming out on streaming services, and that's
Yes.
not the only thing we've got coming out um in time for the holiday season this year.
Wonder
Um,
Woman, straight to HBO Max.
Wonder Woman.
Not
Well, they're doing a split. Wonder Woman, they're doing a split. It's going to HBO Max, and it'll also be available in theaters if you want the theatrical experience, which
yeah,
is smart. Man, imagine if Disney did that with Mulan. Ah,
Disney's problem was not that it wasn't available in theaters. Disney's problem was charging $30 for people who even pay for Disney Plus. That was
exactly.
Disney's problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. I paid for it because my grandma wanted to see it, but because I paid for it, I make these people watch it once a week because y'all gonna get this money's worth. We just watched it yesterday. No, we watched it on Thanksgiving.
So what is it like? Is it how good is it?
Oh, it was very good. I mean, it's not at all the film that we were used to. The original film was very, very offensive to the Chinese people. Like from just Mushu, the character of Mushu himself, to the fact that Mulan had a love interest. The music, in China, they're more about instrumentals and stuff. There's not as much singing. It's not as popular. So there's no singing. There doesn't have like a musical aspect. Disney was heavy on that, and that's not how they get down. They don't do musicals. Yeah. What else was offensive? The character of Mushu himself, him being a dragon. In the original story, it was a phoenix, and of course, phoenixes, they're birds, they don't speak. So that's changed significantly. But I personally think the film was done well. I thought it was great. I didn't have any problems with the film. My problems were with how Disney handled things in the back end. A large part of also why it didn't do well was the drama behind the actress supporting the government in trying to take over Hong Kong. That didn't help Disney at all.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the movie being good, I thought the movie was great. It's not a pain to watch it again. Each time I'm mesmerized more and more. Also in this film, Mulan has a sister. I guess that's in the original story she does. In the Disney film, she was an only child. So it was nice to see like the comparisons between the two. But I'm not going to give up any more info, just in case people who are watching us want to watch it.
Oh yeah, okay. I forgot about that detail in the animation. I thought that she was just the oldest. I know she didn't have any brothers. I didn't know she was an only child. I thought she was just the oldest child. I might be wrong. She could. I probably am wrong because I only saw Mulan once when I was little.
I feel Mulan is easily my favorite Disney movie. I know all the songs, and now that I know that it was really offensive, I'm sad because there's some jams on that soundtrack. Okay, what's the song? We Are Men.
I couldn't tell you. I said, I saw Mulan one time.
I know every word to every song, from the song about her getting ready for her matchmaker to the song when they were training in the military. That's my jam. But I mean, it was a kids movie that was made for children. I do think children could enjoy this, but as a fan of the original film, I felt like this was more for me. But a small kid could enjoy this. But I would say the cartoon would appeal more to children, not because it's a cartoon, but the musical aspect. Just like how a child might enjoy the Lion King animation better than the Lion King live action. And they're essentially the same film. Just one has real lions and one has cartoon.
Real lions. That's funny.
You know what I meant. The kids aren't going
to. I think you underestimate these kids.
Listen, you know what I'm trying to say, okay?
I get you.
Real looking.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, and I believe so. Soul is also coming out. Sorry, that's our film with Jamie Foxx. Is also, I think, let me double check, but I believe that's coming out also for Christmas.
You said Soul?
Yeah, Soul.
Yes, Soul is coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah, on Christmas Day, December 25th, 2020 on Disney Plus.
I'm kind of bummed that movie didn't get its opportunity in theaters. I still think it's going to perform well on Disney Plus, but
Yeah, I think it'll probably I don't know what day is Black Widow hitting Disney Plus, because I'd imagine that Soul would be like one of the highest viewed shows on Disney Plus on December 25th.
Black Widow is coming May 7th, 2021.
Oh, I thought Black Widow was dropping for
Are you thinking of
Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Wanda and Vision? WandaVision.
WandaVision is coming out for that's dropping this year.
We don't have a date, it's just December 2020.
That's interesting.
I don't like that we don't have a date either. And
yeah, why would
wait, what?
No, I see January 15th.
They changed it again. I'm so this is okay. This is why I'm happy that these companies are now just deciding to put things out on streaming services and just give up on the movie theater thing, because the constant, it's going to come out on this date. Nope, we're going to push you back again. And then that day gets here. No, sorry, we're going to push you back again. I'm tired. Give me the show on the day that you're going to give it to me on, or don't tell me anything until you know for sure that it's coming out. My grandmother was just asking me today, like, what else Disney Plus has, because I got her on The Mandalorian. She just finished it today. She's all up to date. And she was like, well, what else is here? And I said, well, there's no new content because of COVID. But I actually told her today WandaVision was coming out next month. Now I gotta go tell her that's not true. I'm tired.
Yeah. Okay. So and Falcon and the Winter Soldier also doesn't have a date other than 2020. 2021, excuse me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Loki as well.
Huh. I don't have faith in Loki coming out in 2021 at all. I have no faith. We haven't even heard about the filming of that. We know Falcon and Winter Soldier is done.
Yeah. Well, did they wrap? I know they resumed filming for Falcon and the Winter Soldier back last month. So we'll see. I hadn't heard that the production shut down at all, but that would likely be a summer release at this point. Given that, it would be smart for Disney to move a lot of their releases to the summertime just in case, because we're still at the mercy of COVID.
I'm not going in that movie theater for the next 3 years.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that also will still avoid the movie theaters for a while, even after the vaccine and all of that. It's going to be a while for people to transition. Yeah, there'll be a large. I'd imagine there's going to be a large number of people that'll rush back to the theaters as soon as they open, but nowhere near the amount that would have gone to the theaters prior to COVID. So I don't know. I think the safe bet is for them to get these TV shows that they had planned for the 2020 release out early as possible for next year. Maintain that interest.
Also coming to HBO Max, Godzilla vs. Kong. It's more than likely going to streaming first. Netflix and HBO Max have offered more than $200 million to get the rights to the film.
That last, what's fun? So the last Godzilla film, all of the monsters showed up except for Kong.
Because Kong got his own thing going on.
Yeah, because Kong is like, bro, I'm not bound to this man.
Yeah, that's why they're gonna be
bound. I'm not bound to Godzilla. Like,
if you think of even the way
he think he is,
even the way he was acting in the Kong film, like he was on his island chilling, and they showed up dropping their bombs, and he was like, "Yo, how you just gonna mess with my stuff? Like, come on!" Like, he threw a tree at them. Can I just say, I've spoken about this story several times on air, but I have to talk about it every time we talk about King Kong. When I went to go see King Kong, I went to go see it in a dine-in theater in Charlotte, North Carolina. And there was an older couple who had gotten there after the film had started. And, you know, the dine-ins, like, they want you to get there early so that you could see your food, because once the movie starts, it's dark. Right. Man, the older couple got there. The husband was huffing and puffing. He was clearly upset. He ordered chicken wings, and he couldn't see them when they came. This man pulled out the flashlight on his cell phone and was using it to eat the wings, and he was holding up the flashlight like this and holding the wings. So there was a wing silhouette on the screen like a bat signal. This is still the funniest thing on earth to me, and I just can't wait to, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to experience that again, but it was great.
That's insane.
Like, and there were people.
Of course, that would be in Charlotte.
Of course, it was Charlotte, and you know it was us, because only us.
Of course.
But there were people of another demographic in the theater, and they were so upset.
And it's like, you can't even defend them. You're just like, why? Why?
Honestly, I was cracking up. Like, I was trying my best to calm myself down, but it was hilarious, and the people around me were upset with this man. Okay, nobody left to complain, but they were not happy at all. But yeah. But anyway, back to the movie itself. King Kong don't care about Godzilla. That's why they're about to be beefing.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie. I mean, it's all those movies, all the monster movies have been entertaining, except for the first Godzilla. Like they focus way too much on the people, and like I don't care about these humans. Like I don't care about this human story. I'm like, why are you trying to put a love story in Godzilla for what? Like nobody cares. So
I agree that they gave the people too much shine, but I also like the way that it was filmed from the person's point of view. Like, yes, they had some shots of Godzilla from up in the air, but I mean, if for some reason monsters were real, the view that we would get would be from the ground. So I thought that was cool, but I definitely agree Godzilla needed more screen time. He wasn't on screen enough.
As far as I'm concerned, with a monster movie, I could care less about the human side of things. I'm here for carnage and mayhem. Okay, so I think a film that gave you the person's point of view, but still gave you that's like if Fast and Furious had like a story of just some regular civilian driving on the road while they're pulling a heist. Like, I don't care about that.
I'm weak. Okay, so
I'm just trying to go to like Walmart, and these people are like catching cars with their hands. Like, bro, nobody cares. We don't care. I'm here for the chaos. I'm here for the mayhem.
Okay, so what if they filmed it more like Cloverfield?
No, that's Cloverfield. I want monsters. I'm here for Godzilla. I don't care about anybody else you put on screen. I don't care.
Well, they definitely learned their lesson, because we got to see King Kong in the first 5 minutes of them getting to Skull Island. And then the Godzilla King of Monsters, they were basically like, oh, yeah, I want monsters here. We're going to give you everything.
That's them. Like, why didn't we do this in the first place? This is all we ever wanted. This is Godzilla fighting monsters. It's exactly what we wanted.
Although I like that he was fighting more, I didn't like this movie. I felt like there was just too much. Like, I felt like they gave us every monster too soon, because what's going to happen after Godzilla versus Kong? Is that it?
We just keep, I mean, we can make monsters.
You know what?
You can get aliens, like you do all type of crazy. It's got you've already once you bring in a monster the size of Godzilla, like you can throw anything into that at that point into the mix.
You know what I want to see? I want to see monsters from different series come together in one thing. I think we spoke about it before on air. Like, I talked about the kaiju chart, like with all of the different monsters and how large they are and stuff. Like, it would be dope if we could see.
Bro, that's what they need to do. They need to have that Godzilla crossover with the kaiju, like
from
next one from Pacific Rim. Just have a Pacific Rim Godzilla crossover. All of a sudden, Godzilla shows up and just does Godzilla things.
I mean, the only crazy thing is Godzilla wasn't like those things were huge. I remember in was it the second movie where they merged together like Transformers to make one big kaiju?
I mean, Godzilla was pretty big. They weren't big. They weren't that much bigger than Godzilla.
I'm saying if it's him versus all of those kaiju, like he's gonna need some reinforcements.
I mean, so I mean, Kong could pull up.
You know, that would be
the only other one he needs help. That's the only other one that would like actually help him in that situation.
Kong would only help because he's tired and y'all making too much noise. He's like, exactly. You know what? I'm trying to rest. Y'all doing. He might be a black man.
No.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone as quickly as I said it.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
What if it's a game or something? Like I want to see the Kraken from that awful Roman gods movie. I want to see. I think it was Hercules or Perseus.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You can bring in the Greek demigods to fight guys. Like you can do all type of crazy stuff with Godzilla. Like what? They aren't thinking far outside of the box with this Godzilla stuff.
What if it's what if they bring in the monster from Cloverfield too? I'm looking at my computer, so I'm all in it.
The monster from Cloverfield is getting smoked instantly.
Oh, I'm not saying he's.
That's not even a good fight. That monster from Cloverfield has no powers other than those little those mites that he had on his back that were falling off, that were eating the people on the ground.
The kaiju from whatchamacallit, the second, what's the name of the movie with the kaiju in it? We were just
Predator versus Godzilla. So like you talk like the whole Predator race comes to fight Godzilla. I'd be down for that.
That's stress. Okay, so
I can rock with that.
If Predator is in that universe too, then the aliens do also.
Exactly. Like why are we holding back?
That's a lot.
That's
I'm ready. I'm stressed out before the movie comes on screen.
I'm here for it. Then you just throw in like the demigods from Greek mythology, like Zeus versus Godzilla. Like you could do just a bunch of stuff. Like what? Possibilities are endless.
We need to start talking. I don't know. Some studios need to come talk to us. We got ideas. If this happens,
so the only thing I can think of as an excuse is that there are some just the ownership clauses.
Man, they need to figure it out like Sony and Marvel did, and just come together and.
That took the entirety of the internet and Marvel Twitter getting absolutely upset that Tom Holland was not about to be in the MCU anymore. That's what it took. That'd be like, I don't think Godzilla has that Marvel and Star Wars fan base.
I think we're gonna have to get some other countries involved. I don't think the United States can pull that on its own.
No.
The only
if you can get Japan and South Korea involved, then you'd have a fighting chance.
Definitely.
But they'd have to care enough.
We need to put as much effort in. We need to bully them the way we bullied the freaking Sonic the Hedgehog people. They changed that whole movie.
They need to bully the Clifford producers. That's who the internet needs to bully next. Because I put
that on screen.
I'm like, yo, that was like the laziest thing I have ever have. Like that's not even to me, that's worse than Sonic, because you just painted a dog red and then superimposed it. Like it's just a regular puppy.
He's just a red puppy, and
it's a puppy that they dyed the fur red and then superimposed it. Like, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, how much money did they spend on this movie?
Not enough.
Because if the budget for the film is above like $25 million. Like I can't. There's no excuse for that Clifford to look like that.
Y'all, look at this dog. They didn't even try.
That's not even.
They got a Labrador puppy and they scanned him and then they painted him blood red. That's not even the right red.
This is like some 1950s movie effects. Like it's just a superimposed image of a dog. Sandlot looked better than this. And that was just a camera angle with Sandlot. Like they didn't need, it wasn't superimposed dog. That was them using the camera angles to make it look big. Like,
and I don't.
That is a golden retriever.
That's a Labrador retriever.
A Labrador retriever. Is that a lab? That looks kind of.
That's a lab because his coat is short. It's
you're right.
Absolute trash.
That's the worst. I mean, like, what's the budget for the film?
Well, yo, I saw clips of them filming. It looks like there was money behind this.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not even big enough. Clifford was the size of a building. And in the promo, he like maybe 2 stories high. This is not big enough for me. He's too small and he's not red enough. And I feel like everybody's trying to take Disney's wave and make things look as real as possible. Like that's where Sonic the Hedgehog went wrong because they tried to make him look more like a hedgehog.
Like, is this out?
No, I think it's.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. Okay, no. That's the 1994 version. Okay. I was about to say. Oh, what? This is horrible. That is horrible.
It's supposed to come out 2021.
They don't have the budget information. I looked for the budget, but there's no like I said, this if the budget was above $20 million, there's no excuse for the Clifford to look like this. This is crazy.
I don't think this is lazy. I think this is we want it to look real as possible. But the reality is
that's lazy.
My dog is not realistic. So y'all might as well make him look more like a cartoon.
That's not realistic at all. Like it's a puppy that they superimposed.
A big old puppy.
That's horrible.
Was Clifford a puppy on the show? I don't remember.
He started out as a puppy and then he grows into like when he's an adult, he's like the size of a building. But when he's a puppy, he's still huge, but that's no. CGI.
Why did he look?
We have CGI for a reason. Like, look at the Lion King technology. You don't have to go any further. All you got. I mean, it's very simple. The process. It takes time. Too, but hey, putting the time in increases the quality of the product, and this is crazy.
Do not like.
This is crazy. I mean, I don't. Who wants to see that in 2020?
Not me.
To your point, these kids have just now seen Lion King with the CGI version of Lion King with these super realistic looking lions, and now you're going to try to convince them that this is Clifford, the big red dog.
I mean,
negative.
Yeah.
No,
remember like seeing movies when we were younger with CGI and you just thought it was real, and now you watch that same movie at our age and you just like, I thought this was real. This is awful.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a Terminator was like that for me.
Yes.
And because like I look at it now, I'm like, yeah, this doesn't look real at all.
The Predator films.
Predator. One of the films that does hold up still is The Menace. There's a lot of practical effects, but even still, like the CGI stuff still holds up. Like Jar Jar still holds up to me. In comparison, like it's still Jar Jar still looks like a lot of the mocap characters
Which one is Phantom Menace? What year did it come out?
1999.
That's the one with
That film really does. It still holds up. Like I just watched it last month. It still holds up. Like with the quality. I mean, the pod races look amazing.
Okay, yes, I remember that one.
Like all of that looks amazing, and a lot of that still is they used a lot of props, but it still looks great.
Is that the one where Padme is sleeping and the worm things sneak into there trying to kill her? And
Nope, that's episode 2.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That one still holds up because those worms don't look horrible either.
Yeah, I do think they used too much CGI. I feel like they should have used more practical effects in those films, but I don't think it looked bad. But I mean, that's a budget thing. Clearly, they can afford better stuff.
The Phantom Menace actually has the most practical effects of any Star Wars film. Practical sets and production, like the whole the arena where they were pod racing, all that was built out. It was a miniature that they filmed, and they superimposed the crowd into it and animate the crowd. But that was built, like all of the ships, everything, all that was built. They use figurines and miniatures for it. Like it has the most practical effects of any Star Wars film to date.
That budget was probably crazy.
Yeah, budget was insane. But I mean, all those films grossed over $1 billion in the box office. So
facts.
Still.
Is there anything else coming out straight to streaming that we know about? Oh, we didn't. Did we talk about Coming to America on air?
I think we mentioned that in a previous episode, but it's definitely worth bringing up again.
Amazon Prime paid $125 million for the rights to Coming to America 2, and it is coming to Amazon Prime Video on December 12th. So get out there and stream it.
Definitely check that out. I wanted to see that in theaters.
I did too. I'm sad about that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna still watch it and definitely support it because it's Coming to America. It's a classic, and
I know.
See the sequel. And then they got most of the actors from the first one to return and reprise their roles. So I'm definitely interested to see this film and how this plays out. I don't know much about the plot. It's just when they announced that Coming to America 2 was happening, it was like, all right, I'm sold. I don't really need to. You don't need to sell me further.
I'm hyped for. I don't know. We might have to do like a virtual watch party or something because Black Twitter is going to be on fire.
Yeah. We might have to do something in the Discord.
Yeah.
For that. Yeah, do something in the Discord. Speaking of Discord, link to the Discord is in the chat. And hey, we got just 11 people watching right now. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Helps us out tremendously. In the description of the video, we have a link to our Discord and also a link to our Ko-fi page, which is where, if you feel so inclined, you can donate to the channel and help us produce this content. It's not a requirement, but if it's something that you feel like, hey man, I want to support the channel further, that's a way you can do it. And we appreciate you if you do. And if you don't, we still love you. Make sure you leave a like though. That helps as well.
And turn those notifications on so that every time we go live or post something, you'll be notified.
Facts. And a link to all our social accounts are also in the description of the video. So if you're on social, make sure you follow us at Certified Gumbo.
Yes. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And Twitch. Even though I'm not currently streaming too many games right now. But things are happening. We got some other production things we gotta take care of. It's kind of occupying my time.
Maybe the people on Twitch want to bake a cake.
Yeah. See
on Twitch. I think the people on Twitch want to watch me bake a cake. I might have to make that happen.
Listen, we definitely want to see Amani bake a cake on Twitch.
That's happening.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Bet.
We gotta make that happen.
Yes.
Gotta make that happen. Oh man, that's a great Christmas. What, Christmas Eve?
What, bake on Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it on Christmas Eve, but maybe like the day before. Christmas Eve, I could probably make that happen.
What about New Year's Eve?
Okay, first of all, see, I told you in these comments, he's got something to say. Yo, every time we talk negativity. Okay. Wow. You know what? No cake for you. Get out of here. No cake for you. Get out of here. I'm not gonna share the recipe with you. I'm gonna have to figure out how to block you on Twitch so you can't watch.
Oh man, that's great.
I do it.
Yeah.
I was waiting. I was like, dang, let's see him in the chat. Here he come attacking me.
Yeah, he popped in earlier.
Oh, okay.
Like, yo. You said that cake. That's crazy.
Thank you.
That man is hating. Yeah, well, we'll do something for the holiday season regarding the cake. Be on the lookout. Make sure you stay tuned for that, because that we definitely. I want to see how this cake is made.
Oh, I could probably do a coquito tutorial too. Ooh, coquito is a Spanish eggnog based drink. They'll put a little rum in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. Hey man, let us know in the chat if y'all want to see this velvet cake live stream. And this what's the drink called?
Coquito.
That
probably doesn't need to be a live stream though. That could be a video because that doesn't take long. But the cake, I can stream that.
Bro, you can do that with the cake.
Look at my dad.
With the cake. Yes. See? All right.
So what I'll do,
Pop said first. Yes, so it's gotta happen.
I'll make the coquito first and I'll drink it while we make the cake.
No, negative, because no.
Why?
No, because if the cake comes out not to your liking, you're gonna blame it on the drink. So no, we're gonna take that off the board immediately.
Of course I'm gonna blame it on the drink.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you can't make the drink first.
So what you say? Oh, so you want to say just in case it comes out bad and I'm not, you need
exactly.
to know
exactly. We want to know you are. There are no excuses. You are sober of mind, heart, and spirit. You are 100% on your game, and if you fumble, it's because you fumbled.
Wow, I see how it is. Okay.
Hey, listen, we gotta. Cool. It's not about trust. I'm just making sure that the people know that whatever happens on screen happened because Amani was in her right mind, and there was no interference.
Copy.
Gonna be no interference. We don't want no excuses.
Copy.
Pressure.
Ain't no pressure coming from him, that's for sure.
Pressure.
Hate in the chats. Thank you. My dad knows. All right. My dad knows what's up. Y'all know
that's a fact.
Down in the kitchen. That's our thing.
That's what I'm saying. Hey man, anybody can be a legend in the gym. You know what I'm saying? But while you in the arena, when the lights come on and it's game time, how you gonna act?
It's my kitchen. It's not an episode of Chopped.
Hey, listen. Okay, home crowd, away crowd, don't matter. The crowd is there. You got a crowd, you got an audience. How you gonna act?
I'm weak.
How you gonna act? This man put the whole list out there.
I see. He said, I saved my favorite Thanksgiving food for the end. Turkey, sweet potato pie, collard greens, potato salad, and sweet tea punch. Okay, wait, what's the punch?
Man said greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Lamb sound.
Greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. Oh man, where's this? We need to drop the song. Oh man, let's drop that right now.
I think she made him take it down.
Nah, it's on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, okay.
See?
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
Dude, we might get a copyright strike, but I really don't care.
No, let's not do that. Let's drop the link so that they can hear it because we don't need any more problems with YouTube.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yo, wasn't that our very first episode
Hey.
of the show? We played the trailer for The Boys, and YouTube was like, no.
Nah, that wasn't the first one. That was
You
like,
sure?
yeah, that was on our Comic-Con episode when we did the Comic-Con
Okay.
review. We played the trailer because they dropped the trailer for The Boys on Comic-Con, and we played the trailer, like the full trailer, during the live stream, and we got a copyright strike from Sony.
Sony was like, nope.
They were like,
Sony,
you can't make money. They were like,
you
you can't make money off this video. And I was like, hey,
We
joke's
not
on you because we don't make money off these videos.
No, Sony, if you see this, you know, it's never too late to take that strike back, you know. Please let us.
No, nah, man.
Let us.
That's why y'all made that ugly behind PlayStation 5.
Oh, his words, not mine. I ain't say it.
Go ahead, strike this video too. We ain't making no money off of it. It makes no difference to me. Makes none whatsoever. But anyways, without further ado,
low-key fire.
Low-key fire. I'm assuming you have a pick for low-key fire because I
have a couple of picks.
All right, let's hear it.
I told y'all that you needed to check out Sputnik on Hulu, and I know not one of you watched it because nobody said anything about it. And this movie is so crazy that if you watched it, you would have said something. So this week on Low Key Fire, I am telling y'all again, you need to check out Sputnik on Hulu. It's a horror film, an alien sci-fi horror film, and that's all the information you're getting from me. If you have seen the film Life, the alien film that came out in 2017, you could say the films favor. Maybe one is a prequel for the other, you know. I'll leave that to you to decide. But you need to watch it. It's a Russian sci-fi horror film, and Russia doesn't do sci-fi. They just don't. They don't do fantasy. They don't do anything like that. And this is the first film from Russia like this. And I mean, if they're starting here, like I can only imagine what's going to come next. So yeah, watch it, please. And I'll know if you didn't watch it because if you don't say anything, I'm just going to assume you didn't see it.
Basically, y'all need to start a conversation in the Discord as soon as possible about this film.
And nobody said anything because they didn't watch it. So I'll start it again. Watch the movie. It's called Sputnik on Hulu. It's dope. Please watch this movie, y'all. I need somebody to talk about it with, and I don't have anyone to talk about it with because y'all won't watch it. Okay?
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll make an effort.
You gonna watch it in 2021. I'm not even
this is the all call. Listen, we got 12 people watching right now. I'm pretty sure some of those people will watch it. I will watch it eventually. I'll get to it. I got a long list of things to watch. Also, I got videos to make. I got things to do.
I'll give Freeman a recommendation, and like 6 months later, he's like, yo, this was crazy.
Right, that's how I do it. All recommendations.
Didn't you finish what's the show? Watchmen. You finished Watchmen like the beginning of this year, and I was like, are you kidding me?
Was it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I stopped watching it. Because I stopped watching it before it. I think it was episode 4. Either episode 3 or 4. I stopped watching it because I was like, I don't know where this is going. I'm gonna wait for this series to finish, and then I'll go back and watch it once all these episodes are out. Because I was like, I was on the fence about it. There was
17 months.
Yeah, there were some things happening that I wasn't agreeing with initially, and then I waited for them to put out all the episodes, and then I went back and watched it.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not about to sit here and watch and wait for like a show I'm on the fence I'll finish. Like, no, if I'm on the fence about it, I'll wait for them to put out all the episodes, and then I'll go back and I'll binge it, and then I'll make my assessment on how good the series was.
That's why your
It's
audio
just
was glitchy
out of fairness.
playing games.
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Okay, that's fair.
So
That's fair.
Freeman is gonna watch Sputnik in 2021, but y'all are gonna watch Sputnik on Hulu ASAP because you care about me. Exactly. Get him, Uncle Steve.
I watched The Watchmen though. I just didn't do it episodically.
That's
great series.
okay.
Loved it. Those first 3 episodes, I was like, I don't know where this is going. I don't know if I don't know.
First episode.
I liked the first episode. I forgot what happened. Something happened, I think in episode 3 or 4, that made me kind of like go, I don't know about this. I can't remember what it was now. I can't remember what it was. I think I want to say it had to do with them making the Rorschach like white supremacist, but I didn't know how that was like playing into the story, because I was like, that's not.
I didn't know
that's not Rorschach.
I didn't read the comics, but to know that like he was pretty like anti everybody.
Yeah, and so like, and I'm like, yo, you got white supremacists like now spreading misinformation about. I was like, I don't know about this. I couldn't get down with that, because that's why I like Rorschach, because he's just anti everything, anti-establishment. Like he didn't trust anything or anybody. Like just
he was that, and they were that, and they were also racist. They just
but that's what I'm like, bro. You're not about to use have these white supremacists using Rorschach's thinking to spread white supremacy. Like I was not okay with that.
Got you. Do you feel better
and
now?
Then I feel, because it was a part of the plot, and like then I got how I saw, once I finished watching the series, I realized, okay, it was just a plot device and the way it unfolded in the series, I appreciate it. But that kind of sort of was like, yeah, that too. But I didn't get to that far. It was like, that was like a big like red light for me.
The only thing I understood was even though they explained the squid, I still don't understand why. The squids and like what happened with all of that, I just don't particularly understand the reason for it. I just don't. I know they explained it, and I still want to know why.
Oh, because the dude was crazy. I forget his name, but dude was crazy.
I know
it's in the first film, like because it takes place after the first film, and I knew it was a continuation of that same story and narrative, which is why I was like, that whole Rorschach stuff was like, what is going on? What is this? This is madness. I don't like it. But I thought the series overall was great. It was wonderful. Thoroughly enjoyed it. But I was not about to wait week to week for them to, with the whole idea of them being white supremacists and back in Rorschach and them. And so, yeah, no, I went with that. And I didn't know Mr. Manhattan was going to come back into the story. And so, yeah, there's a lot of questionable decisions being made early in that show. But once everything was unfolded, I think JBM felt the same way, because we were both talking about it. We both started watching it at the same time, and we both stopped for the same reasons.
I don't know. The whole show Black Power-y to me. I couldn't turn it off.
Yeah, like the Tulsa stuff was great. Like I didn't have an issue with anything, but like the Rorschach stuff was like, nah, this is not. Y'all not about to pervert Rorschach and his legacy over this mess.
I mean,
it's like insane.
That seems like something that, if that were real, that's something that could happen.
Yeah, well, that's like the way they spun it, yes. But I was under the impression the way they had positioned it in the first episodes was that Rorschach was like racist, and I was not okay with that, because I was like, that's not his character at all. That's what I wasn't okay with.
Got you. Do you have any Loki fire, or I got my next suggestion ready?
Nah, I don't have anything. I don't have anything. I mean, I've been watching the Blacklist. I restarted watching the Blacklist, catching up on that.
Got you. All right, y'all.
I don't even know if that's low key fire. People don't know about that joint, but
I mean, I don't watch the Blacklist, so you can talk about it. What's it about?
So for those who don't know, who haven't seen the Blacklist, it's the FBI's most wanted criminal turns himself in, and offers the FBI a deal to turn in the other members of the Blacklist, which in the Blacklist are like, that's the FBI's most wanted. So he's basically offered to give them all the names on the blacklist, but he'll only work with one agent, and that's kind of sort of the plot. And if you aren't hooked by the first episode, the show's not going to be for you. But it's if you like government conspiracies, and those criminal dramas, then this is definitely a show that probably up your alley.
Got you. Check that out, people. My other suggestion is The Undoing on HBO and HBO Max. Every year, also, I don't think I've said on screen, but miniseries are my new favorite thing. I don't have the energy to watch a new show that has a whole bunch of seasons. Like, I have enough of those, but I am really cool with the series that are 10 episodes and under. Like, that's all I need. I don't need any more, for even if it's like a docu-series or like a scripted series. What did my uncle say? He keeps saying things that won't get him into my cookout. How do you stop at episode 4? What did he say? I missed it.
Yeah, he said that he put that in the chat.
I don't know. I don't see it. He was being mean about my cake, so maybe he said some things and YouTube was like, nah. So it didn't come through on our side. If he said something about
episode 4.
Yes. But like I was saying, miniseries are my thing. I love them. I like that compact drama of like a whole series in just 6 weeks. Give that to me. And HBO has done it once again with The Undoing. It's about an upper class white family in New York City, and something happens and there's some drama. I definitely love watching drama when it's not about Black people and racism, and so this is a very nice escape. It's episode 6. The final episode comes out this Saturday, but it's a super easy watch. I watched the first 4 episodes in one day. I couldn't put it down. I was actually watching them while I was prepping for last week's episode of the Cookout. Like, while I was getting ready, I was watching this on my phone, and I stopped it right before we got on screen because it was so good. The show was like crack. Please check that out. It's dope.
Yeah, somebody was talking about, I think Mark was talking about it in the Discord earlier this week. Yeah, or maybe was it today? Someone that brought it up in the Discord. I think Ebony and Mark talked about it. I want to say
Ebony and Mark, if y'all watching, I'm definitely gonna talk to y'all about that, because I'm so hooked. I am so ready for tomorrow at 9:00. Like, it's kind of, I guess you could say this one is about a mystery because a crime happened and they're trying to solve it.
Today Mark, he posted in the Discord, we binge watched The Undoing. It's a perfect binge.
That's the best thing to call it. Like, it's not too long. It keeps you going. Like, there has not been one filler episode. There's not a dull moment. You're watching it, and just like with any movie, you're trying to solve the crime, and so far I'm getting it wrong. I don't like that, but I mean, they're keeping me on my toes. I still have an idea for who did it, but I'm gonna be happy either way. Well, I don't want to say that because I'm sure I could be unhappy with who the killer is.
And this is on HBO.
It's on HBO and HBO Max. The final episode 6, comes on Sunday, tomorrow at 9 p.m.
Word. Okay, I'm almost finished with season 7 of the Blacklist, so I will probably start watching that as soon as I'm done with the Blacklist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Watch. I think that would be good to like watch with someone. So like if you have a friend or a family member, watch that at the same time as you, because yeah, it like you're gonna want to talk to someone about it and debate with them, and you don't want them to be ahead of you. Like I've been discussing it with my mom.
okay. Don't be out there. What? What are we? Is this like?
I don't know.
What is going on?
I don't know. Oh, maybe because the show is The Undoing.
Oh. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I was like, what are we? What is going on? What are we talking about right now? What? That was great. Okay.
The quality. That was a great joke.
Anyway, I guess we can segue now into the next topic, unless you have another recommendation.
I think yeah, that's Disney just dropped Black Beauty on Disney Plus. It's a movie about a stallion, and they're trying to tame it.
From the 90s?
No, they remade it. This just came out.
When did they remake Black Beauty?
They dropped it. It's on Disney Plus, and I started watching it today. And I didn't.
Oh no! I saw it like because when I logged in to watch The Mandalorian yesterday, I saw it like the title card. I just assumed it was the one from the 90s that they put up on there,
and it looks really good.
That's wild. Okay, interesting.
What's the dude who was Khaleesi's right hand man in Game of Thrones?
I know the Unsullied.
No, not him. The white guy.
Oh, that dude.
Yes, whatever his name is.
Hey, yo, you know he's playing Batman in Titans. Yeah, he's Bruce Wayne.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, we got like I say, it's not even the DC universe, bro. It's the Batman universe, and you just got all these ancillary characters in it.
So the only reason, no, you know what? No, I don't.
We got.
I'm tired of it.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. We need to have that's what DC needs to do. They need to have the Batman movie and then bring in every single one of the Batmans that they've ever made,
like they did at the end of the Teen Titans.
Yeah, like that. Like, yeah, like Spider-Man in the animated cartoon when all the different versions of Spider-Man showed up. Yeah, and they were all pointing. We need that with the Batman, and they're all we need to have a scene where they're all pointing at each other.
There's a fight happening in the comments.
I'm trying. Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to figure out when did he say something about. Maybe. I guess it is with the cake.
You know what? Maybe he wasn't talking about he. Maybe he was talking about you. Our names are covered.
Oh, I guess.
Maybe
that kind of makes sense. Yeah, can we do this?
Oh, sorry.
Wait a second.
There we go.
Wait a second. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
so yeah, if you're talking about me, I'm Coop. So,
man, we haven't introduced ourselves. Like we just start the show and start talking, but maybe I should say who I am, even though you can see it. But hello, people. I'm Imani. Welcome to the Cookout.
And I'm Coop. Welcome to our Saturday show where we talk about everything in the entertainment, anything and everything.
Anything nerdy, comic books, anime, sci-fi, fantasy, Star Wars, and anything.
Exactly. Yeah, we also have a so Sundays. Last Sunday I started the Star Wars Sunday streams, which I'm moving that to 6 p.m. Eastern. For this Sunday, I'm doing another stream for that, and we also do a Mandalorian review for each episode that drops on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and JBM reviewed chapter 13, The Jedi, yesterday. That was wonderful. Go check that out if you haven't. I'm also doing a Explore the Lore series for Starlight Beacon, which is where I dive into a topic of lore. These videos are like 5 minutes or under. I did one explaining the canonical history of the Mandalorian people, and I dropped another episode last week, which is part 1 of my series on the Mandalorians, or the Mandalorian Wars, from Legends. That's a 16-year-long conflict, which is why I've decided to break these videos up into parts. The next video I put out for this will actually be on Tython, which that was a name drop from last episode, and is a very significant planet and important, which is why that will be the next lore video that I do. So be on the lookout for that, because that will be dropping next week.
Nice.
That's the Gumbo plug.
I wonder what.
Oh, I'm not coming to it. So I still watch the show. I watched the whole show. I had PTSD from Game of Thrones, and I was like, I'm not about to get invested into a series and then they disappoint me in the end. I was like, I can't do back-to-backs.
Okay,
my spirit went right.
I don't blame you. HBO definitely put a bad taste in our mouth.
Yeah, I was like, no. I was like, that gave me all types of flashbacks. I was like, oh no, I'm not about to watch this go south. But they delivered. That's one of my best. That was one of the best shows that I've seen this year. As a matter of fact, it's one of the best shows I've seen in a long time.
I still, as much as I loved Watchmen, I still put Chernobyl high on that list. I might.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. My fault. Yeah, Chernobyl. Yeah. Chernobyl was incredible.
That Chernobyl was the best thing that HBO has produced in a long time.
Speaking of Chernobyl, the Uncharted. No, not Uncharted. What's the video game franchise that they're doing?
Scary?
I'm blanking on it. No. Yeah, kind of, sort of. The Last of Us.
Yes.
That got a green light, and Craig Mazin, which is one of the writers for Chernobyl, is writing this project. So like, I've got high expectations for this series now that I know that he's attached to it.
Last of Us,
like we just said,
is a game, or is that a comic?
A game. Gotcha. No, The Last of Us. I think there's a comic series on it, but it's a video game franchise on PlayStation. I believe it's a PlayStation exclusive. But it's a post-apocalyptic world. There was like this virus that broke out and wiped out, I think, 60% of the Earth's population, and you follow this you're the main character is one of the survivors, and you've got to transport this like young girl from one safe zone to another. She is important. I haven't played the game, but she is important to the survival of the human race. I think her blood or something holds the cure for this disease. So it's kind of like I Am Legend, but it's takes place across like the US.
Got you. And
so
what are those?
He's not just stuck in. Yeah, and I think it's like a fungus or something that is infected their brains.
Like the Girl with All the Gifts?
I'm not familiar with that.
The Girl with All the Gifts is a film that came out a few years ago. I want to say now it's streaming on Netflix. It's about a fungus that grows, and the spores cause people to turn into like zombie like people. Mm-hmm. And of course, if you get bit, you also become infected with the fungus also. But people who became women who were infected while they were pregnant, when those babies were born, they were like a hybrid between the human and zombie.
Word, so okay.
They can talk. And in this film, it's a few years after the outbreak. So all of these people are children now. And they're using the children to study them to try to find a cure or something because they can talk, they are active, but they do crave blood and living tissue. So yeah, let me
Word. Okay.
The Girl with All the Gifts. The Girl with All the Gifts that's another low-key fire one. It's a 2016 horror thriller film that's not streaming anywhere. Oh, darn. Oh, it's coming on HBO in December. Hey, stream that in a week. Yeah, next week.
The Girl. Nice.
It'll on HBO Max also.
Word. Cool. Definitely, we got a lot of stuff coming out to check out for the holiday season, which is good. We need some stuff for the holidays to watch. So yeah, I've got that's it. That's it for me. As far as the low-key fire stuff, if you're ready to get into the community discussion, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Let's hear it. What is the community discussion for tonight?
Last week, what was the community discussion last week? Last week we were talking about which was the better what
was the better trilogy? Yeah.
Captain America trilogy or the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, and the consensus was Christopher Nolan, although Captain America still is that dude. And that conversation just made me think about like what is the best superhero film of all time, or the best comic book film of all time.
Word. Okay. Yeah, that was a great discussion. So comic book movie film of all time. Let us know in the comment section what movie that is based off a comic book is the best of all time. We want to hear that. Let us know down in the chat right now. While y'all do that, Sif, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Got some Star Wars fans in here.
Welcome.
332nd. Welcome. Cad, what's going on, man? Good to see you. CT 782 heavy. All right, cool. We got some clone troopers in the house. That's what's up. Shout out to Star Wars fans. Speaking of, so since y'all guys are in here now, we got a Star Wars stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you come back to the channel, subscribe if you haven't. We're going to be talking about the top 5 video games, Star Wars video games on the stream tomorrow. So get your top 5 ready. We're going to have a conversation about that. But Imani, you want to start? What's your pick for you?
I don't want to start only because this is not an easy thing, and there are a lot of answers that I won't dispute. Like, I think Black Panther is one of my favorites, but I also think what are they talking about? What else do I think? I enjoy Dark Knight Rises more than I enjoy The Dark Knight.
You like Bane? That's not a bad pick.
I love Bane.
That's not I don't dislike Dark Knight Rises. For me, the trilogy, I like that trilogy. I picked that trilogy over the Captain America trilogy.
But we're only talking about individual film. So what?
Right. My pick is still Dark Knight.
CAD 29. We're not necessarily talking about what's the best comic to movie adaptation. We're simply talking about what's the best film, the best comic film. So if there's a superhero film that you love, like out of all of the ones that you've seen, which one do you think is the best? You don't have to necessarily have read the comics to have an opinion on that.
Facts.
So, I mean, cultural impact wise, it's hard for me to not put Black Panther up there, especially just the film itself was gorgeous. So yeah, Black Panther is not my favorite film in the MCU as far as that storyline goes, but do I think it's a great film and it's one of the best superhero films? Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would The Dark Knight because I've seen that movie more than any other comic book movie. I've watched that movie more times than any of the other comic book movies, and that's why it's my pick. Simply for that reason, because I've watched it so many times.
Mr. Loaf agrees with me. Dark Knight Rises. You know what does it for me? The scene where Bane walks into the theater, the stadium, excuse me, and he's listening to the little boy sing the song. He's like, "What a beautiful horse!" I just that whole film is dope to me. So yeah, well, it might be Dark Knight Rises for me. I don't know, but Sith wants us to check out our subscriber numbers really bad.
Yeah, it's at 86. That's what I see. I don't know. Do I need to refresh?
My Uncle Steve says Civil War Black Panther fighting scene was better.
Oh shoot, we're up to 89 now. Hey, appreciate it.
Thank you for
nice.
Y'all.
Oh, is that what the raid was? We appreciate that, yo. That's fire. Appreciate that, Sith.
Thank you guys.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
Civil War Black Panther fighting scene was better. Fighting wise was better. Okay, yes. Yeah. What's crazy is okay. Uncle Steve, what fighting scene are you comparing it to? Coop Daddy Yoda says that we chose his favorite. Nice. I think.
Oh yeah. Black Panther and Batman are definitely his favorite superheroes.
We just ignored these newer DC films like The Plague.
Bro, them things. Listen, I treat those movies just like I treat the sequel trilogy. Yeah, it's an alternate universe. It happened, but it's just an alternate universe. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember those movies. Yeah,
I do think Wonder Woman was great though.
Wonder Woman is the exception.
Yeah,
and I would also and the I would say the Superman movie that Christopher Nolan directed.
Yes, the Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. I put
haven't seen Man of Steel in a while. Is it on HBO Max?
Yeah. That's you know what does it too is that score that Hans Zimmer makes, because the score is everything. Like the score also helps that Batman sequel, not the Batman sequel, but the Batman trilogy. That because Hans Zimmer scored that, and I think he's one of the best composers of this generation. Yeah, man. Yo, Seth, we definitely appreciate that. Got us close, man. We're definitely trying to get to 100 subs by the end of the year. You got us to 89, man. We definitely appreciate the raid. Appreciate that.
My Uncle Steve says when Black Panther was fighting with the soldier, when he escaped, Black Panther was able to jump 2 stories and fought him hand to hand, no suit. Oh, so he's saying better than the Black Panther film. See, fighting wise, I'm even putting just how crazy Winter Soldier was getting down in Captain America Winter Soldier. Like fight scene wise, between that and then the fight scene at the end of Civil War when it was Bucky and was Winter Soldier and Captain America versus Iron Man, that's high on my list of Marvel MCU fights. That might have to be more.
I was about to say, I don't know. The end game fight to me is like, just because of how emotionally charged that fight is. That the final fight when it's like they're up against Thanos, and then like you got all of them coming back in.
Although it technically is a fight scene, it's hard for me to enjoy it as one because there's so much happening and there's so many little separate pockets of fights, like that. The Black Panther versus Winter Soldier, it was just them. They had a little bit more screen time together, and I would say that fight was more Not important.
Okay, so you're saying y'all are saying just the one-on-one fights, like the okay,
Like,
okay, all right.
There's
I
no
would definitely say
denying
that then.
that final fight in Endgame is epic. Like that's
Yeah.
better than when you saw all the Avengers together for the first time in the first Avengers film. Like you can't. That's just uncomparable.
Yeah, that's exactly that's where I'm at with it. Yeah, because that right there just caps everything off so nicely, and then of course all the things that happen in Infinity War, and then us getting to Endgame and everything building up, all the movies that they produced prior to building up to this final moment in this final fight. I was like, that fight was epic. However, if it's the one-on-ones, yeah, definitely that Winter Soldier, Black Panther, because of at that point in time he thought that Bucky had killed his father. So like that was like one of the that he was at his neck.
Heem says the fight scene was stolen from Naruto. Look it up. Heem, which fight scene are you referring to?
That is a fact. It is sequenced almost shot for shot. The fight scene in Endgame. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's a big ninja battle in fight scene in Naruto, and they did some side by side comparisons.
94 subs.
Yo, that's crazy.
It's lit. Thank you guys.
Real man, yo, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yo, make sure all of y'all who subbed join the Discord.
Join us on
join our Discord too, man. Because yeah, we have conversations like this all the time, all throughout the week. So make sure the link to the Discord is in the chat. Make sure you join. We're definitely looking forward to having you guys. Appreciate the raid, man. It's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Sith, I see your question. I'm gonna get to you in a second. My Uncle Steve says, when you really watch the end of Civil War, check out how Cap front presses Iron Man over his head. That just showed Cap's determination to beat Tony Stark. Cap meant business. Is he my favorite Avenger? Like from the original group of Avengers, he might be my favorite.
I think you said that.
Uh-oh.
Look who's here. We got JBM. Hey,
yo, what up?
This man, he hopped in.
What's happening?
JBM, yo, we just hit 94 subs while we're on air.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
Sith he rated the channel in the chat. We got
he rated the channel in the chat.
Yeah, man, we picked up 94 subs, bro.
Yeah.
So shout out to Sith. Shout out to
Sith. Yeah, is he on now? Is he watching?
He's watching.
Yeah. What's up, Sith?
Where did you put the cooler?
So
in the kitchen. Yeah.
Hey, is that?
Yeah, that was Monica. That was
Monica. Okay.
She was like,
tell her I said, what's up?
Where did you put the cooler? Where?
We heard her.
It was like,
we heard her.
She didn't know if she could, talk and be heard. I don't know. It's all good.
Oh man, that was great. All right, hey, hold on.
What's up, man? What I missed? What's how y'all living?
Now you missed a lot. Listen. All right. First of all, how was your Thanksgiving?
Great. Blessings. Much love.
Blessings all around. That's what's up.
Yeah, all around.
What's your favorite?
What up, Kat?
What's your favorite dish? Give us your favorite Thanksgiving dish, and then your favorite dessert.
Well, dessert off top, sweet potato pie.
Bam. See, listen.
Yeah, that's without a doubt. Sweet potato pie is the goat of desserts.
What's your favorite?
In my humble opinion. My favorite dish though. Oh, that's tough. My first thought goes to cranberry sauce, but that's like a side. That's like a dressing.
Boy, hey yo, you built different. You built different. This man said cranberry sauce. Oh Lord, have
cranberry
mercy.
sauce. That was it. That's the first thing that popped in my mind. But
I hate to be this person. Like, why?
Oh my god.
Who's making the cranberry sauce that is number one in your heart? Like
Oh god.
whose recipe
I
is?
don't know, but like I just know whenever I go
Hey
and
yo,
it's Thanksgiving food,
but
I
you
look
know what?
forward
We
to
need to
that
clip
cranberry
that.
sauce. I'm like,
Yo, that's definitely got to be a clip.
That's crazy.
I said cranberry
Oh man.
sauce. Okay, you know what? I'm not even. That's
Oh
your answer.
Lord, have mercy.
That answer. If that's what you look forward to, that's cool. We're not going to judge you. This is a safe space.
I'm not judging at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's unexpected. I would not. Boy,
Didn't expect that.
hey, that's a classic JBM answer right there for sure. Good God, that man said cranberries.
yeah, I can eat that out the can too.
I love turkey and mashed potatoes.
Turkey and mashed potatoes. Yeah. Hey man, listen. You know
Great.
that. You know that fire combo that's undefeated. That mac and cheese and the yams, boy. When the mac and cheese and the yams touch, bro.
Joe, I wanted to make soul food egg rolls with the leftovers, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough leftovers. I think in a couple weeks I might have to make some candy yams and some macaroni and cheese just so I can make the egg rolls because I've seen them on social media too many times to not try them. Or
Yeah, there's a spot in your city, Coop. That makes soul food egg rolls off Lee Street, or well,
You
I
talking
ain't gonna say
about
the real
Dames?
street. Nah, not Dames.
No, I think they went out of business.
Dames went out of business.
No, the soul
Dames,
food egg roll place.
Dames,
I think they went
surely didn't go out of business.
Oh, did they? Dang.
I saw something on Twitter. Everybody was talking about it. Like it went viral after they closed.
Man.
What is it? COVID, basically.
I think so.
That's
that's
terrible.
unfortunate.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Sid said ham and bread, but the way he wrote it is just really funny to me.
Ham and bread. Hey, I know he talking about that sandwich. The little,
bro.
Talking about the little Hawaiian roll ham
That's
sandwich.
what I'm saying.
with
That Hawaiian roll ham sandwich is like that's bro. That's underrated.
Super.
Hey, that's breakfast too.
Yo, the Thanksgiving leftovers.
That's that leftover breakfast.
Old time breakfast.
Yes, yes. All right.
Our community discussion is what is the greatest superhero film of all time? Comic book film. Like, what's your favorite, like, hands down, or what you think is the best film? I said it's between Black Panther and Dark Knight Rises for me.
Dark Knight Rises, the third one?
Yes. I love Bane.
Okay. The second one, Dark Knight, is coming to mind for me.
That was my pick.
That was your pick.
Yeah.
Dark Knight was that was a perfect
family ties
depiction of Joker and Batman rivalry.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect depiction. I don't know. I'm thinking I like Civil War too, but I don't know if it's better than like the Endgame. Endgame was pretty good too. I'm gonna go with Dark Knight.
See, I can say
there's just too much stuff. Like what I enjoy most about Endgame is that last 30 minutes. The rest of it, I don't.
Yeah, the last 30 minutes definitely made that whole 2 hours worth it.
Yeah,
that's a fact. And to your point on the Civil War piece, like for me, honestly, the introduction of Spider-Man and that because that's the first time we get Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and like he killed it. He killed it. That was like one of my favorite parts of that movie was his portrayal of Spider-Man.
Yeah. People didn't like how it ended because they wanted that big fight at the end.
I mean, they had to hold on for a different movie. Now we know why.
Yeah. But I'm like, that was a perfect way to end it. I love to end it.
I do too. Sith had a Spider-Man related question since you just messed that. He said, "What actor do you think is the best for Spider-Man?" I have an opinion on this.
For me, Tom Holland is I know that what's my man? Who's the first one?
Tobey
Maguire. Yeah. Blanked on his name. But Tobey Maguire. Toby is the OG. And he's kind of like the Jack Nicholson for me of as far as like his portrayal. Like he's the first one, he nailed it. But as far as for me, Tom Holland is just he feels like a high schooler. He looks like a high schooler. He looks like he's of age and like his like that excitement and his I don't know. It's that energy that he brings to the character. It feels like the comic book version of Spider-Man to me.
I like Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. And also the Miles Morales from
yeah,
Miles Morales.
Spider-Man 2. I didn't mean to do
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales is high on there too. I think Tobey Maguire is Tobey Maguire is, because he's OG Spider-Man.
So that's the question though.
Spider-Man. Huh? But as for who's the best Peter Parker?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, who's the best? Are we talking about the best Peter Parker, or are we talking about best Spider-Man? Because that you do got different versions of Spider-Man. Not every Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker, but as for who's in that suit, it's between Tobey Maguire and the Miles Morales from whatchamacallit, which I'm very excited for the sequel that we're gonna get in 17 years.
That's Into the Spider-Verse was amazing. Like that's another one of those where like the cinematography, like that movie is just so beautiful, like gorgeous film. Like I love that film.
Visual masterpiece.
Like every frame for frame, that was wonderful. That was just an experience.
Potato Master. Who was better, DC or Marvel? I'm gonna go.
If we talking about
Marvel.
movies, DC
is losing on the movie front. But Potato Master 82, please join us on Discord because we have that conversation weekly. Like it's a constant just frustration with us. That is a regular conversation for us. So please join us on Discord because we talk about that every day.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say, as far as film, I agree with Coop. Marvel is spanking DC right now.
Yeah. Marvel's on their neck with the films.
Back to the community discussion. My Uncle Steve says, I didn't love Endgame. I didn't like Smart Hulk. They took that mountain scene from Secret Wars 4, and Hulk was supposed to lose his mind and destroy Thanos.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, I agree with you about the Smart Hulk. I didn't enjoy. I think they call him Gray Hulk. Maybe.
I mean, gray is a good color.
I thought that was different. It could be. I don't know. It could be.
But yeah, I didn't know that. I would have liked to see him destroy Thanos.
Well, I mean, they kind of skipped the whole Planet Hulk storyline too, because isn't, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Planet Hulk, I think David Banner dies and then Hulk it's just Hulk or whatever, and then he goes. I want to say that I think the narrative is that the David Banner is either sick and is dying, or he's dying from old age or something, and he goes off to a planet because he knows he's about to lose control of the Hulk.
David Banner?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
David Banner. Get down on the floor.
Yeah, you know what? Too. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I might have to change my pick for best movie because Spider-Verse was amazing to me. Like, as far as comic book movies, that was absolute masterpiece. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I could get with that.
It slipped my mind too, and you know why? It's because it was animation.
Yeah, you go immediately to live action.
Yeah, we have to stop doing that because it's not. They put in a lot of work into that movie, like, and it shows because it's a beautiful film.
Potato Master 82. I think animation is an area where DC excels over Marvel. I would say that DC's animated stuff is superior, except for, of course, the newest Spider-Man movie. But I think DC does better at animation than it does at film.
I haven't seen too many of their animations.
Like overall, because X-Men is up there for me and Spider-Man.
So animations. I'm talking about what they're doing right now.
Currently? Okay, I was about to say. Because
currently, I think DC is winning on animation, aside from the Spider-Verse, because that's just out there.
You said Spider-Verse plus THC. That's funny.
Screaming. You know what? That might cause a panic attack.
Yeah.
I don't think I can handle that, Uncle Steve.
That sounds like an edible right there. That's
basically.
Other than Miles Morales, I kind of agree. Okay, cool.
Nice. I think
yeah, man.
I think the conversation that we had about fight scenes, I think I want to change the community discussion for next week. I think we need to talk about our favorite film fight scenes, not just comic book, but in film in general, what's your favorite fight scene?
In film?
In
In
film,
general?
period.
Oh, okay.
We doing that now? That's what.
No, that's next week.
next
That's
week.
our,
Okay, next
our
week.
community discussion for next week. I want to know what your favorite fight scene is in film. Because
Okay.
this can go
Ooh, man.
anywhere.
Favorite
Yikes,
fight
that's tough.
scene.
I'm gonna have to really,
I go
really think about
immediately
that
to
one.
some karate movies. It might have to be a karate movie. Yeah. Bring out the 5 Venoms or something. I don't know. Gotta think about it. Think about it.
My mind, that's the first time I've made a community discussion and I don't have an opinion before next week. I might have to do some research on my own question because I have like 14 different films running through my head right now.
I think MTV used to do best fight scene award back in the day.
They still do it.
Oh, they still do?
The MTV Movie Awards. They still, I think that's still a thing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go.
I think our
look into
opinion was
those.
different, but I'm pretty sure they still do that. Sid says, "Hey guys, in Spider-Man 3 or Doctor Strange 2, the rumors say." Oh, I don't know what that's referring to.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Different.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because the 2 previous Spider-Men are going to be in Doctor Strange 2. Or no, Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who's all signed contracts.
He didn't save that for next week.
Yo, okay, yeah. So on the Spider-Man thing, so the Multiverse of Madness. So for the MCU, if you have Disney Plus, you definitely want to go watch WandaVision when it drops in January because it ties directly into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which will tie into the next Spider-Man movie. But yeah, so Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are they're rumored to be reprising their roles in the next Spider-Man movie because they're doing the Spider-Verse, the live action Spider-Verse. And it's also rumored that live action Miles Morales will also make an appearance in that Spider-Man film. So, but WandaVision is supposed to set up all of this kind of sort of is going to be the foundation for the multiverse in the MCU going forward. So definitely check that series out when it drops, and then go check out Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange when that drops.
Looking forward to that.
I'm hyped. Yeah. I'm honestly not hyped for WandaVision, but I'm gonna watch it because I have to, not because I want to.
And Monty, I'm the same way. I feel the
like
same way.
I just don't. I don't know.
Maybe it'll change after the first episode or something.
I mean, what I'm hoping is there's more action involved because I don't want to see her play house and I Love Lucy. I don't want that.
Exactly.
So are we question back? Let's go back to the community discussion real quick for next week. Are we keeping it to movies only?
Film only, because if we're taking it into TV, that's just more stuff. Film only. What's your favorite fight scene in film?
All right.
Ooh.
Because I mean, TV is a whole other bag.
It's a lot.
Can we break this up into decades? Oh no.
That's tough. Listen, so let's think about that. This will definitely be the discussion for next week. We may revise it a little bit, and then we'll let you know if we do. But it will be definitely.
I'll have to come in with a few. I think I'm gonna pick one fight scene for every decade and just list them.
Yeah, that's what I say. It can be a long.
Yeah,
we can
keep the other topics to a short time, and then you can come in with multiple. You don't have to pick one if you can't. I after just thinking about it, I'm gonna have at least 3.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. I got
guys,
several.
join us on Discord. So that you can
JBM ask me a joke. Tell us a joke, sis. What's up? Holla at us.
I'm nervous.
What you got?
Scarlet Witch is the most underused character in the MCU. Watch her scenes in Endgame. She waxed Thanos so bad he was willing for his own ships to fire upon him.
Wow,
I agree.
She did.
I think the MCU treatment of
she was on his neck, boy. She was on his neck.
See, but my
Mhm.
problem with the show WandaVision, from what we've seen, it doesn't look like it's her using her power. It looks like it's more of the scene when her and Vision were in the crib and he was cooking pepper cash. I don't want any more of that.
That is her using her power. Like, okay, so like she's going completely, her imagination is bleeding into the real world. So like everything that she's imagining in her head is actually affecting reality. Like
Right.
she's OP.
So my
She's
problem
OP.
is in the show is going to be about what she's seeing. We're not going to see what she's doing in real time because that's what the movies are for.
It's basically like Inception almost. Because from what I understand in the comics, when she goes crazy, because she basically goes mad, and like the Avengers in the comics, like the Avengers have to like intervene and fight her, and she almost like destroys all of them because she's one of the most powerful characters in Marvel.
That doesn't make me excited for the show. That makes me excited for
I don't know how they're going. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how they're going to handle it in the show because I'm pretty sure that's not what this is going to turn into. But
yeah, I'm just not here for the love escapade drama. I wish you were still here, black and white, goatees.
Screaming. He said, "I'm about that action."
Yeah, I want to see that action. I want to see some superhero action.
Yeah,
Give it to me live.
The key thing is how that is affecting her, how all that's affecting reality. Because you see
what that mean?
Sword, like all of the all those visions and everything that she's having in these alternate realities that she's creating in her head, like all of that is affecting everything that's going on in reality. And I think we'll see Sword, which is the next version of Shield, and yeah, the House of M. Yeah, appreciate it, Donovan. That's what I'm referring to. This is just basically me going on the Marvel Wiki and getting some like reading the overview of it. I haven't actually read the whole thing, but that's what my understanding of it is. It sounds pretty intense. I would like to see it. I think the House of M sounds more interesting than the WandaVision concept thus far. But
that might be because don't they have the rights to X-Men now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Little connection.
It's also rumored that they're going to reveal that she is a mutant too in this.
Yo, the first time they say mutant, I might scream.
It's raps. All and the Eternals, is it the Eternals? I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be the ones who create the mutants, and I think that's going to be explored in that movie.
Oh wow!
Got you. It's lit.
Yeah.
Uncle Steve, I'm gonna need some more info on the House of M. I'll be calling you and my father because I'm out the loop here.
So it's like that's like MCU. They're seeing how much lore they dropping in the Mandalorian. They're like, nah, bro, we gotta ratchet it up.
It's time.
They get sweaty. Time to get sweaty.
Family safe stuff.
Time to roll the sleeves up.
Yeah.
Bring them out. Yeah. Fox and mutant. They couldn't say that word for whatever reason.
We know they weren't allowed to say it. So
but now Disney owns Fox. So
I forget what were they saying in place of mutants?
Enhanced.
That's why.
What in the infomercial was that?
That was the problem with vibranium too, right? Isn't vibranium was supposed to be adamantium, but they couldn't say the word, or is vibranium something separate?
Adamantium is a derivative of vibranium. Vibranium is the pure version of adamantium.
Copy.
Yeah. Like adamantium is an alloy of vibranium.
Copy.
It's supposed to be, or maybe I have that backwards. I don't know. I might have that backwards.
Well, let's tap into Earth's database, Google. See what's up.
Google it.
Yeah, because either I can't remember what's stronger. If it's the adamantium, what's Cap Shield's made out of vibranium, right?
Vibranium is the more durable material. Adamantium is the more dense material.
Gotcha.
That's why vibranium can do so much.
Yes. Okay. like Captain America's shield is vibranium alloy, not just pure vibranium. That's why it can withstand adamantium claws.
I didn't know that. So MCU, of course, couldn't say the word mutant. And in every Fox show for one season, every show said the word mutant, including Empire. It was a shot at Marvel letting them know who owns what. That's funny and shady. I love stuff.
That is petty.
That is super shady. I love that stuff. Like, just because you can't use it, yo, I'm about to drop this mutant. You a mutant.
That is super petty.
Everybody's a mutant, but you.
That's the but in that's the
who said mutant in Empire?
That's the only way you can come back to that.
That's funny.
That's the wild thing. Like, and that is super petty until you get purchased by the company, and then it's like, oh.
I mean, well, they put their money where their mouth is, so they can say it now, no problem.
Yeah, that's like. Ooh.
Oh, adamantium is stronger than vibranium. Apparently,
that's what I thought. Something. Yeah,
I thought adamantium was, but I didn't know for sure. Yeah,
I knew there was. I thought there was a connection. Maybe I'm wrong. I must be wrong. I was wrong about the connection then.
Adamantium is so strong it can't even cut itself.
That I know.
That makes no sense.
Well, no, because remember in
superheroes, bro. I don't know.
In
so what do you cut adamantium with? Because you got to be able to.
Once it's done, it's done. You remember in X2 when he was fighting the chick with the claws? Her name escapes me.
His ex-lover. What's her name?
Not ex.
Deep Stroke, Deathstroke.
Not Deep Stroke. Lord have mercy.
I didn't say Deep Stroke. Don't say that.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Cap.
Excuse me. It took me back to Wizard Strokes just now.
Yeah.
Remember
Miriko Yoshida, the girl with the long claws. Why can't I think of her name? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. No, this my. So if adamantium can't cut adamantium, right? I know it's. So how do they get? So you have to melt it. It can
once you melt it down, it's melted. But once it's cool,
Lady Deathstrike. That's what it is. Yeah. Steven, thank you.
You have to keep it hot. Once it's been made, it has to stay in its hot form, in its hot liquid form, because once it solidifies, there's no melting it. You're not doing anything to it. That's why that's how Wolverine killed Lady Deathstrike.
These are movie plot holes because so
don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, bro.
Do we want to dissect the lure of the adamantium?
Yeah, because I'm like, what's the natural state of it? Because now this is not making sense. Because
like you said, it's an alloy, so it's probably man-made. So that's why they have to keep it hot, because once it's made, when they make it, it's hot. But then once it cools, it's a wrap. Listen, let's not get into it. Let's just accept it.
It's created by mixing certain chemical resins
I'm gonna just let
together.
it slide. Sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's sci-fi.
This is the fandom from Marvel Wiki. Adamantium is created by mixing certain chemical resins together. The exact composition of these resins is a closely guarded secret of the United States government.
Alloy. All right, that's where. It is the alloy because vibranium is a natural.
Product. And what Amani said, once you
metal
keep it at a temperature of 1500 degrees, the resulting liquid can be cast or worked into a particular shape.
And once it's cool, it's a risen.
So that's how you could kill Wolverine.
No, it can't cut itself.
No, but if you let's say somehow
you can't dismember Wolverine.
But if you blast them at temperatures higher than 1500 degrees, all that melts. That adamantium.
I mean, any person is dead.
So basically, if he ever fought Superman, it'd be over for him. That's basically what that was.
Remember, whatchamacallit, Jean Grey almost killed him in X3. He
can definitely die.
He can die.
You would have to destroy every single molecule of Wolverine to kill him.
I didn't see The Gifted.
I didn't see it. It had the actor who from True Blood in it, and it didn't excite me, so I never watched it. But if it's good, let us know, and I'll check it out.
Which one? The lead actress or the lead actor?
The lead actor from True Blood, whose name escapes me, the lead vampire who was in love with
Bill.
Sookie. Yeah, Bill. He's always gonna be Bill Compton to me. And I didn't
I used to watch that for 3 seasons and then kind of fell off for me.
that show ended badly too. HBO
I
and
heard.
they killed
I
me.
heard.
It started off so great.
What's my dude name? Who was the cook? Lafayette.
Lafayette,
That's why one of my favorite characters in
He was-
shows. Period.
one of my favorite characters in TV.
Yeah, I rocks
Like-
with Lafayette.
Yeah, the actor passed away, but Lafayette, he wasn't taking ish from
Oh.
anybody.
When he passed?
The actor passed a couple years ago.
Dang,
Yeah,
he's a good actor.
he was great. He was in the Get On Up movie with
He was one of the band members, right?
yeah, he was like his best friend. Mr.
Yeah.
Bird
Hmm.
was the character's name.
Mr. Bud. Ah.
I just watched Get On Up recently, and that movie was great.
All right. Well, we are 15 minutes over our normal stopping
We are
time.
over.
Oh yeah.
Amani, your hair is popping, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Facts,
you.
facts,
This
facts.
is,
Big guy.
Day 7 hair. This is the same curls from the last show. I made it last all the way
Hey,
through.
gotta stretch
Thank
that
you.
out.
I
Yeah.
stretched that hair too. I'm glad you noticed. Thank you.
Yeah, no
New
doubt.
hair next week, but this is the same curls from last Saturday. Thank you for noticing. Day 8 hair on fleek.
On fleek, whole time.
Yes. That's because it's been wrapped up. I knew that I needed to make it last to Thanksgiving because I wasn't gonna have time to do it again. I said, let me wrap it up every single night and just keep it in there. I'm not going anywhere. It's COVID. Let me keep it under wraps. And then I made it last till Thursday. And I was like, let me see if I can make it till Saturday. And I did. So thank you for noticing. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. So cool.
All right. So appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have our Star Wars Sunday discussion. We're going to be talking about the top 5 video games of all time for Star
All
Wars.
time.
All time.
I may or may
So-
not be present.
JBM may or may not be present, but I think P Rich will be returning for that.
Oh yeah,
episode.
P Rich.
Nice.
New guest
New
coming
guest
through.
host.
Bring some
Yep.
new flavor, new energy in your ear, you know.
Absolute flavor in your ear.
Yeah, man.
And
And,
then-
Sith just I guess we not getting that joke from Sith.
I was
Yeah.
waiting.
But anyway, listen, big shout out to Sith
the
anyway
Discord.
for that follower raid, for that subscriber raid, man. We definitely appreciate
Oh
that.
yeah.
Dog. That was
Yeah, much love for that.
big
Sith.
ups.
Good
Big
look.
ups.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, and then next, so we will also have another Explore the Lore episode next week on Tython, so be on the lookout for that. And Friday we will be reviewing chapter 14 of The Mandalorian, which title we don't know yet, to be determined. So if you are watching The Mandalorian, make sure you check that out. And if you have it, make sure you go back and check out the other episodes of our recap of the season 2 and season 1.
Don't forget, next Saturday we have episode 21 of the Cookout. The community discussion is the best fight scene in film. And then just a little something before y'all go. Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson is tonight.
Oh, that's tonight?
Yo,
Tonight?
Tonight?
it's on Reddit if you ain't
Tonight?
ready for it, because it's about to go down. And
Hold up. Is
yeah.
it true there's a rule that you can't knock them out? Like I think that was a rule, right? No knockouts.
What?
I think
That's
I heard
trash.
that might be false. But
First
I hope that's a rumor. I hope
That's
that's a
actually
rumor.
a rumor.
That's so weird.
If
That's
that's,
so
the case,
weird.
that means
Like,
that
how you
they
gonna
hey,
do that?
I mean they 50 something. They might have a seizure. They get hit hard enough like that. Who knows?
I mean, if that's the case, they don't need to be in the ring. It's,
That's
right.
true.
I mean,
That's
you-
true.
it's boxing.
the risk is going to be there regardless. Like, I don't understand. That's strange. Anyways,
I'm ready for that.
yeah. So there's that. So yeah, episode 21 next weekend, next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you
Yes.
subscribe, hit that bell notification or the bell icon so you get a notification anytime we go live.
Yes, sir.
And without further ado, we are signing out. Like I always say, peace, love, blessings, and may the force be with you.
Yeah,
always.
Peace.